Hello everyone, I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions. I'm here in the East Village in Calgary, Canada to check out some food trucks. And today I'm going to be doing a video on Blox. This is an application to keep track of your crypto assets. Let's take a look. So I am here on the main screen of the Blox mobile app here. Now this is available for Android, iOS, and there is also a browser-based web app that you can access as well. And to actually get to this point, you do have to sign in. You have to create an account. This can be done with email and password, or you can sign up via Google. I believe those are the only options at the moment. So it's not an app where you don't need to give any information, but you can just make a dummy email if you want a further level of privacy. Anyways, let's take a look at everything that we have in front of us. So, up top, you have a balance in dollars, represented, whatever cryptos you're holding, represented in dollars. You have three tabs here. You have tokens, so this is every currency that you're currently holding. You have accounts. You can have various different accounts, like different wallets and different sources that you're holding your coins in, and then transactions, any transactions that you have done. You have a button to add a balance, so adding a balance from an individual account or from perhaps an exchange, anything like that. Down below, you also have a few tabs here. You have your portfolio, you have your watch list where you can watch certain currencies, and you have alerts, which they haven't updated yet, but that will be a feature that is soon available. Beyond that, in the top left, there is a submenu with a few things. You have an FAQ, you can rate the app, you can choose which opening screen, and what that means is, do you want to start on the tokens or do you want to start on the portfolio or start with the watch list when you open the app first? And there's also another little thing here called HODL. We will get into that in a moment. You can share via various social accounts, email, all that kind of stuff, and your account is there. In the top right, there are your general settings, just very simple, setting your currency between US dollars, euros, pounds, or Bitcoin. I'd love to see more currency options there, but that's what is there for now, and your units, percentages, or integers. Anyways, let's get into actually using the app. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to add a balance. And when you hit this button, there are two options. You can sync a wallet or an exchange, or you can manually add a balance. So first, let's do the easier one. Let's see what it looks like to manually add a balance. So this would be if you know you have Bitcoin somewhere, but you're not going to sync it necessarily with a wallet that you already have. You just will mentally be putting this in without actually using any software. So I choose that option. First, I need to pick my asset. What am I holding? So perhaps I am holding some LITECOIN. And then I'm going to enter the amount. Let's say that I'm holding 2 LITECOIN. And then it's going to ask, what account would you like to add it in? Now, there are no LITECOIN accounts currently on this app. I'm going to create one myself. I can name it. So I'm just going to leave it as my LITECOIN wallet. Now, what is it? Is it a wallet? Is it on an exchange? I'm going to say it's a wallet that I'm holding. And it is a LITECOIN wallet. Let's just call it LITECOIN 1. Sure. Okay, so I named it LITECOIN 1. It's a wallet. A LITECOIN wallet. I'm going to hit Create Manual Account. And now it's saying, what account do I want it to be in? Well, I just created this one, so I'm going to click. So LITECOIN, 2 of them in this account. And I can set the date and time that I put it in here. I can even set a note. I'm not going to put in a note right now. I hit Submit. Submit. And there we go. So it counts it as a deposit. It now shows my total balance. It also shows a total change over 24 hours here. I can also tap this to get the 7-day change of LITECOIN or the 1-month change of the price of LITECOIN. But if there were other assets here, keep in mind, it would actually be giving me the total amongst all assets put together, the total change that has happened over the desired time frame. Okay, so now that I have a balance here and I can see everything, this little plus button to add further assets is going to look a little bit different at this point. So when I hit the plus button, I'm presented with a few options. I can deposit funds, I can withdraw, these are all manual settings, I can buy and sell, again through an exchange account, or I can transfer funds between accounts. So this is all to do with manually entering anything that isn't already automatically syncing with this wallet. However, if I want to sync something else, I can go ahead and I can hit sync wallet or exchange. And it says I'm going to choose a wallet. What kind of wallet is it? Well, there's a few options here. These are the ones that I'm able to export from an app that they know of. So I'm going to hit Bitcoin. Now, how am I going to do this? The way I'm going to be doing it is through something called the extended public key. And if that sounds a little scary to you, don't worry. It's literally just something that allows this app to tie into a Bitcoin account that you have elsewhere and track the movement of funds into and out of it. So basically, it'll keep this app updated without giving you the ability to spend from it. So I need to get an extended public key. Now, various wallets will have different ways to access this, but I'm going to go ahead into Samurai Wallet and we're going to check out how to access your extended public key and copy it over. So this is my Samurai Wallet. If I go to the top right, I'm going to go into Settings. I'm going to go into Wallet. And right here, down below, it says Show BIP44 XPub. And the Blox app was asking for an XPub. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. This is going to give me a long string of digits, which I can then copy and paste into the Blox app. Now, I will be getting rid of this wallet later and clearing it, so I'm not worried about showing this information at the moment. I'll go ahead, and it gives me this long string of digits. I'm going to copy that information to the clipboard, and let's just go back over to Blox, and I can paste it in. I'm going to choose my type. It is a SegWit address, and I'm going to give it a name. Let's call it Sam, short for Samurai. Okay, create synced account. All right, sync account created and completed. So at this point, I can go in and I can see in my Bitcoin account, there is currently not a balance, and this is because there is not a confirmation on the funds that I've sent there yet. But once there is, I will be able to see an updated balance in here, and it will reflect not only in my accounts in my Bitcoin account, but it'll also reflect here in my total assets down below. Now, if I no longer want to have this account here, my Bitcoin Samurai Wallet account associated on this wallet, I can go ahead and I can tap, and I have options to edit, and I can go down and hit delete account. And at this point, it's no longer part of my portfolio. Now, what about syncing with an exchange? They do have a feature here where with certain exchanges, you can sync it with this app and it will keep track of any assets you're holding in that exchange, assuming that they have APIs enabled. So I'm going to show you what this would look like using Binance. First things first is we want to hit that plus button again, and we're going to hit sync wallet or exchange. Now, when we get here, there are two tabs, wallet or exchange. We actually need to tap on exchange, and then there's a drop down to choose your exchange. Now, right now they have enabled Poloniex, Bittrex, and Binance. We're going to be using Binance right now. So I tap Binance, and it says scan QR code. So I need to navigate over to Binance. And what I'm doing here is I'm on a screen. This is in my account. So when you go to your account, you can actually get in. This is where all your settings are, your passwords, your Google authentication, all that. And there's something here that says API. I'm going to hit enable. And I'm going to give it a label. So I will call this Blox. Then I'm going to hit create new key. Now it's going to ask for my authentication code, which I have set up on my phone. So I'll put that in and we'll skip ahead here. At this point, they send me a confirmation email to make sure that I am doing what I intend to do. And now, in the background, I can scan the QR code that was presented to me by Binance, and this will update my balance on my phone with any funds that are sitting in Binance. I do have some Monero sitting there, so as soon as I scan this, it will show up in my balance. I'll just skip ahead to that. So now I can see under accounts, I actually have two separate accounts. LITECOIN 1, that was a manually entered account, and my Binance account, which has a balance. If I navigate over to the tab that says tokens, it actually gives me a breakdown of every token that is sitting on Binance right now, along with my manually entered Litecoin that I put in earlier. So I can see there's some Monero, there's Litecoin, there's BNB, and there's gas. All of these three, Monero, Binance, and gas, those are all within my Binance account. And as transactions happen on Binance, this will be automatically updated to reflect my total balance. I do not need to do anything extra here. It will just auto sync with my Binance account. Beyond that, if I make any trades, as I said, I will see a new token allocated here and a nice little breakdown, and I will see any transactions over in the transactions tab as well. Now, beyond being able to separate my tokens and my separate accounts between various wallets and exchanges and manually entered amounts, I can also have different portfolios. And what I mean is this. In the top here where it says BTC Sessions, which is a portfolio I've already set up, there's a drop down and it gives me options to add a new portfolio. This would be kept completely separate from anything that's happening in this BTC Sessions account, and I can create a new name. So let's say, we'll just call it test. I'm going to create the portfolio. And now that portfolio has a zero balance because I haven't added anything to it. I can now navigate between the two, back to my BTC Sessions portfolio and back to my test, and see those separated portfolios on their own. This could be useful whether you have perhaps savings, or maybe you just want to separate out some funds for long term versus like a trading account that goes day to day, but could be a very useful feature for some people. Now, let's take just a little bit of a look over at the watch list here. So in the bottom tabs here where it says watch list, you can select various assets and just track the movement of them day to day. So to add an asset, you just hit this plus button down here. There are a lot of different tokens to choose from. You can do a search, but for instance, if I want to track the price of, say, Dash, I can add this in and I see the 24-hour change. And I can also sort them by price, sort them by token by using these little tabs up top and changing the order of them that way. I can tap on the individual asset, I can see the 24-hour volume, and I can see the market cap, and it also gives me the option to remove that from my watch list. Now the last feature here I want to show you, because I found it a little bit funny, and this is the one that we glazed over earlier, this hold button, or HODL button. What this does is, let's say you find you're checking your portfolio a little too much. Maybe the market is down and you're not feeling so hot. Well, guess what? If you tap that button, you can set a time period for Blox to lock you out of checking your portfolio so that you aren't going to be on this thing every 10 seconds watching the price movements. For myself, I like being able to check, but I think this is
probably going to be a handy tool for some people who maybe don't want to get too emotional with the crazy price swings that crypto is prone to, and you can just slide and set a certain amount of time that you'd like to not be able to look at your portfolio. And I think that's a great thing to have, and kind of a little bit funny. Anyways, all in all, I think this is a pretty handy app, and I really like the idea that you can tie in to exchanges and to various other applications and wallets like Samurai, or if you're looking at hardware, Trezor and Ledger. You can both export your extended public keys and track the balance via this app. Now, why would you want to do this rather than just having the balance on your phone? Well, it's all about security. So you can keep track of your money without having access to actually spending it on the device itself. And that just keeps you safer. You can still see everything without the worry of somebody stealing all of your funds.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, drop a tip if you're able to, and share this video. Also, if you'd like to help the show in another way, check out my affiliate link down below to grab yourself a hardware wallet. I will see you guys next time on the BTC Sessions.